Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, to start the week, the Australian dollar has clearly broken that trend seen here at 64.25. Now, taking this level out has reinstated the downside to 62 cents. Still, there is many hurdles this week to cross, and no doubt the market will find the RBA rate decision rather interesting. Or more to the point, what the statement says, as it's widely expected, the RBA will keep rates on hold around 1.25%. But interestingly, as I mentioned, to see the stance of what the central bank is actually seeing, what the coronavirus has done over the past few weeks into the last 2 months, say, and see if there is any sharp economic deterioration. Also, we have the trade balance for the Australian and China trade balance and US denominated trade balance, and also with the Cajun Service PMI. Then on Friday, we have the RBA monetary policy statement and also April's US non-farm payrolls, with the forecast holding at a whopping 22 million loss of jobs, and therefore could see the unemployment rate jump to around 16%. But from a technical point for the Australian dollar, I'm now viewing a move towards 63.45 and lower down to 62 region, and then reassess from there. And any advances should find a cap around for an intraday 64.20.30. The euro took a stab to the upside, while the dollar index rejects the level of 98.80 after posting a fresh low of 98.74 before rebounding and capturing a 99 level, with the euro rejection from this level of 109.85.95 has set up a slight bearish tone for the week, looking down towards 109.20. It is assessed a break of 108.75 will give further view to the potential target recently hit around 107.35. So keep an eye on that level, that is at 108.75. Any advances for now should find a cap around 110.05 to 15. But it would seem the bears are slowly coming out of hibernation, due to the fact is that since the recent break of 106.60, we are seeing a little bit more bearish traction coming into play here. And no doubt from this pattern, and along with the two indicators here of MACD and RSI, I am viewing for a weaker play into this week and holding towards the bottom side of the range around 105 and reassess from there. The pound rejects the level of 126, a little shy from my target around 126.5, so I didn't get a chance to get short. But that being said, if we see a break of 124 figure, this in turn should see further weakness to the downside and reinstate the target seen around 126.60. Well, since the rebound off that 138 area, dollar CAD is still holding inside this range of 138.5 to 142. I do assess that further tests to the upside should fail, and then expect to see the market eventually turn around and look back towards the downside. An interesting rejection from 1,670 on Friday, but the market is still posting a lot of noise inside this range. Without a trend in place from the ADX and also slightly lagging technicals, does give me a view that we could still see the test to the downside, anywhere between 1,670 from Friday's low or lower down towards 1,640. We do need to see a break up towards the top side of 1,715 stated in the report to reinstate the upside to around that 1,750 level. And looking at the oil, well, since the break of the trend around $20.50, I'm still holding the view up to around 24 to 26. Now, that being said, if we see a move sub $18, that negates my bullish view, and I'd rather sit out. So let's see how it plays into the start of this week. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. And as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the great start to this new week.